Frisco, you know who Black Jesus is, right?
Yeah, Slink Johnson.
Nah, nigga, not Slick.
No.
Slink Johnson, no, nigga, not. Black Jesus, you don't know who Black Jesus is?
Are you
the Black Messiah?
You talking about Good Times?
Good Times, nigga,
yeah,
what was it?
JJ drew Black Jesus?
No, nigga, not that Black Jesus, nigga.
Florida, like, was tripping. She was like, hell no, we can't.
Damn. Why you got Black Jesus up in here?
When I was a baby, I don't know what I saw first. My mama, my papa, or this Jesus. Now, he's the one I know and love, so let's close the subject. Jesus was black, the Bible would have said so.
But it does say so.
What are you talking about?
She was tripping, about Black Jesus.
Yeah, why was
you're not talking about neither one?
No, not talking about, I'm not talking about that Black Jesus. I'm not talking about Slink Johnson. I'm not talking about Michael Jordan, because you know they call Michael Jordan Black Jesus too. Jesus with tennis shoes on.
Or Jesus Shuttlesworth, I knew about.
No, nigga, that...
You feel me? Like, you know what I'm saying?
What's his name? His name was Jesus Shuttlesworth. Yeah, okay, yeah. Not that Jesus, nigga.
Right, okay.
We talking about Black Jesus Barack Obama.
Oh, I ain't never heard that.
Oh, you never heard about the Barack Obama Black Jesus?
I've heard him called.
Google it.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Black Jesus, well, Black Jesus about to take his ass to jail, you know.
Wait, what's going on?
Black Jesus is about to get his ass locked up.
Oh, shit.
You ain't heard about the shit been going on? And it's been going on for a long time. Donald Trump been telling motherfuckers for a long time, look, man, Barack Obama is crooked. His ass going to jail. He been spying on my campaign. And nobody believed him. And they puts out some fake Russian collusion theory shit, you know what I'm saying?
Okay, so yeah, I've heard about that, yeah. But like, you know, that was back when he first started running type shit, right?
Well, they damn sure wasn't going to investigate it in the Biden administration, and that's for damn sure. He would have been investigating his damn self. You're like, nigga, like, wait a minute, nigga, we're going to have to end that investigation. I was the vice president then, nigga. We not gonna go that route. I was in the same rooms with Barack Obama, nigga. We're not gonna go that route.
Halfway into the investigation, he's like, wait, what am I doing?
The fuck is y'all doing? Like, I done what? Nigga, investigation deleted, nigga.
Oh, I forgot I was there.
Yeah, nigga, that was me. Nigga, I was subject number 3. But we finna get into a video. We finna talk about how Barack Obama has lied like a son of a bitch. We're gonna play some old videos to let you know how Barack Obama was lying and how Donald Trump was telling the truth about Barack Obama lying ass. Let's go. Roll it.
So the biggest scandal was when they spied on my campaign.
Donald Trump's key intelligence chief has made a bombshell allegation accusing the former president, Barack Obama, of treason dating back to 2016.
They spied on my campaign.
Well, there's no real evidence of that.
Of course there is. No. It's all over the place.
She has released documents to back up her claims, but not everything seems to stack up.
Leslie,
Sir,
they spied on my campaign and they got caught.
Can I say something?
For fake news, top this. Donald Trump posting bogus images of Barack Obama being arrested. Feeding a frenzied MAGA narrative, the former president is about to be charged with treason for allegedly manipulating intelligence reports about Russian interference in the 2016 election.
You know, this is 60 Minutes. And we can't put on things we can't verify.
You won't put it on because it's bad for Biden.
We can't put on things we can't verify.
Leslie, they spied on my campaign.
Well, we can't verify that.
It's been totally verified.
No.
It's been, just go down and get the papers.
He directed a manufactured piece of intelligence that detailed not if, but how Russia tried to influence the outcome.
They spied on my campaign, they got caught.
She's like, no, we can't verify. This is 60 Minutes. We can't verify that they spied on your campaign. Like, bitch, go get the papers.
That's all she can say, though. It's like, no, I can't verify.
Go get the papers, you know?
I sent y'all, I scanned, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, yo, they in the printer right now. Just go downstairs and grab them right now.
They said they finna hit Barack Obama ass with treason. I don't even know what the fuck that is, but that shit sounds serious, nigga. Treason? Nigga, that's a war crime.
Hey, that AI video, though.
Oh, yeah. Young man, like, I was like, damn, Barack going to jail? Like, when they do that, nigga, Barack, young man.
Hey, if Donald Trump's campaign really did that, he is now like the 50 Cent of the politics. Like,
troll. You don't fuck with him.
Like, he gonna get you, bro.
That's why Stephen Colbert got canceled. You know what I'm saying? You don't fuck with Donald Trump. He is the king of this shit, and he trolling them. Like you know what Barack Obama gonna say? He gonna try to use the Donald Trump theory. Well, I was just doing my job, and I was the president, and I was exercising my executive order to see if he gonna try to use the same thing that Donald Trump used. He gonna try to use that, but Donald Trump ass was innocent and your ass was participating. You got actual evidence, and you got actual crimes and shit like that. You talking about Donald Trump had crimes, your ass got crimes. Roll it.
No.
And then they went much further than that, and they got caught.
Trump's director of national intelligence claims even as Barack Obama was putting on a show of transitioning power, he was conspiring with intelligence chiefs to suggest Trump's victory was illegitimate because it was helped by Russian meddling to defeat the candidate Vladimir Putin most feared, Hillary Clinton. Gabbard calls that an attempted coup.
And you will see that, Leslie, and you know that, but you just don't want to put it on the air.
As a matter of fact, I don't know that.
There is one big hole in that argument. There is no record of Barack Obama ever claiming that either of Donald Trump's election victories was illegitimate due to Russian meddling or anything else. Hardly a coup, far less treason.
Fox News alert, we just got a peek inside Obama's black book, and it turns out Barack knew the Russia hoax was a hoax all along, but pushed it anyway to sabotage the Trump presidency.
Have you ever knew something was a lie, right? And your ass kept pushing the lie, like, I know this shit's a lie, but I'm gonna keep on pushing this shit. Like, have you ever done some shit like that?
Hell yeah. Yeah.
I done something about.
I don't know that bitch.
You push a lie. All niggas push lies. You know what I'm saying? The nigga in the Bible push a lie. I don't know Jesus. That's not my homie. I never hung around that nigga before. Everybody push lies.
Not to this degree. Like, you know what I'm saying? It's gotta be like a lie that I know is like, I can just call that bitch crazy, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, bitch, like, you just crazy. Like, you know what I mean? It's not out in the open where everybody investigating. Like,
everybody know about the lie you keep on pushing. It's just me and her, you know what I'm saying? Nigga, everybody know about the lie. You like, you know what? Don't keep on lying.
Hey, yo, that's some bullshit right there.
Yeah.
Like, hey,
when motherfucker like, hey, my nigga, come on, my nigga. You really fucked Janet Jackson?
Yeah, come on.
Yeah, nigga, I really did.
Yeah, I did. Of course I did, nigga.
Nigga just keep on lying. Like, once you get caught, my grandfather told me, once your ass get caught in a lie, you gotta continue to lie. Once your ass tell the truth, you gonna continue telling the truth because the truth don't change. A lie always does. Yeah. So that's why you gonna keep on watch when you keep on seeing Barack Obama get caught in these damn lies and stuff like that. Tulsi Gabbard spelled it out perfectly. Barack Obama ass is busted, you know what I'm saying? And we finna go back to what he said in the investigation on what she was investigating. It lines up perfectly. Watch this. Roll it.
Principal interests related to the 2016 election were to undermine faith in the U.S. democratic process, not show any preference of a certain candidate.
There should be no fuzz on this whatsoever. The Russians interfered in our election during the 2016 cycle. They did it with purpose, they did it with sophistication, they did it with overwhelming technical efforts.
In fact, this report shows Putin held back from leaking compromising material on Hillary Clinton prior to the election, instead planning to release it after the election to weaken what Moscow viewed as an inevitable Clinton presidency.
DNI Tulsi Gabbard declassifying pages and pages of documents showing Obama's intel guys briefed him just weeks after the 2016 election that the Russians didn't actually sway the election.
Russia hacking the election to elect Trump is the end of our democracy. Votes were definitely affected. Russia hacked the election to tilt it to Mr. Trump.
The Russians definitively hacked the election.
The report goes into great detail about the information that Russia and Putin had on Hillary Clinton, which included possible criminal acts like secret meetings with multiple named U.S. religious organizations in which State Department officials offered, in exchange for supporting Secretary Clinton's campaign for the presidency, significant increases in financing from the State Department. They also had documents that showed the patronage of the State Department to State Department employees who would go and support Hillary Clinton's presidential campaign.
Uniform.
So in other words, these sons of bitches thought Hillary Clinton was going to win. If they influenced the election one little bit for Donald Trump and they got all these votes, why in the hell they was preparing for Hillary Clinton to be the president?
Yeah, that's crazy.
That's crazy. If, like you hear all them saying, Russia hacked the elections, Russia hacked the... How did Russia hack the elections? And you finna see how Russia... They finna ask some stupid-ass questions. You not...
Because I'm like, fast forwarding it to now, like, I understand this was back then in 2016 or whenever it was. But, like, you fast forward to now, like... Trump ain't even fucking with Putin. Like, that nigga like, went behind his back after the meeting and shit. Like,
all that. I'm gonna send Ukraine some more bombs. Putin is bullshitting. You know what I'm saying? Even back in the days, he bombed. You know, you ever heard the chocolate cake? You ever heard of chocolate cake? Donald Trump chocolate cake?
No.
Okay, Donald Trump was having a meeting with the Chinese president, President Xi, right?
Yeah. When you were with the president of China, you're launching these military strikes. Was that planned? How did that come about that it's happening right then? Because right there you're saying, a reminder, here's who the superpower in the world is.
You have no idea how many people want to hear the answer to this. I have watched speculation for 3 days now on what that was like.
When did you tell us?
But I'll tell you.
Before dessert?
But I will tell you. Only because you've treated me so good for so long, I have to tell you, right? I was sitting at the table. We had finished dinner. We're now having dessert.
And Vladimir Putin used some of his mercenaries to bomb people in Syria, right? So Donald Trump found this shit out. And you know Vladimir Putin and President Xi is homies, right? But it's for when they were really close homies, right? Right. So Donald Trump had President Xi over to the, I guess it was the White House or whatever their little meeting place was, and said, hey man, and they over a little nice piece of chocolate cake.
And we had the most beautiful piece of chocolate cake that you've ever seen.
They was having chocolate cake.
I'm wondering where the chocolate cake is.
Yeah, over a nice piece of chocolate cake.
And President Xi was enjoying it. And I was given the message from the generals that the ships are locked and loaded. What do you do? And we made a determination to do it. So the missiles were on the way.
Yeah. Donald Trump told President Xi, hey, look, man, I just sent like 56 missiles over there, you know what I'm saying, to Vladimir Putin homie.
And I said, Mr. President, let me explain something to you.
I done killed about 500 of his soldiers. What you gonna do?
So what happens is I said, we've just launched 59 missiles heading to Iraq.
Well, you headed to Syria?
Yes, heading toward Syria. And I want you to know that. Because I didn't want him to go home. We're almost finished. It was a full day in Palm Beach. We're almost finished. And what does he do? Finish his dessert and go home. And then they say, you know, the guy you just had dinner with just attacked the country.
How did he react?
The president, he talked to his, hey, like, what did Donald Trump say?
So he paused for 10 seconds. And then he asked the interpreter to please say it again. I didn't think that was a good sign.
And he told him again, he's like, oh, he's like, yeah, Donald Trump said it again. Yeah. So who you rolling with? President X's like, nigga, I'm rolling with you. Chocolate cake, nigga.
And he said to me, anybody that uses gases, you could almost say, or anything else, but anybody that was so brutal and uses gases to do that to young children and babies, it's okay.
He agreed.
He was okay with it.
Chocolate cake. Now, you're going to see Barack Obama, old gay ass, right? You know he gay with Michelle Obama, right? You're going to see him lied like a son of a bitch about the report that he knew was fake. And look how he lied talking about Russia, and just because of his words and his intelligence agent and all his FBI and all that shit, they done been talking about the Russia collusion and Russia hacked elections and all that. And Donald Trump got helped by the Russians and interfered with the elections. They've been doing that shit for 2 years. So they can't say they didn't do it, because you can see the evidence of it being done. Starting with this nigga Barack Obama. Roll it.
Intelligence assessments. The Russians were responsible for hacking the DNC.
There were high-level DNC emails that detailed evidence of Hillary's, quote, psycho-emotional problems, uncontrolled fits of anger, aggression, and cheerfulness, and that then Secretary Clinton was allegedly on a daily regimen of heavy tranquilizers.
Did you see Hillary Clinton have a seizure and then kept on talking?
Oh yeah. She I saw that she had just got out of her car and shit like that. Like paparazzi had popped up on her.
And they was talking about some tea or some shit or some side shit. Yeah, and then you did it.
In every way. And how did you talk about Senator Warren? Did you talk about vice presidential possibilities with Senator Warren?
You guys have got to try the cold chai.
I've had it.
Russia did hack the election.
Quote, we assessed that Russian and criminal actors did not impact the recent U.S. election results.
It is important for us to review all elements of that and make sure that we are preventing that kind of interference through cyber attacks in the future.
Criminal activity also failed to reach the scale and sophistication necessary to change election outcomes.
Then CIA Director Brennan and the intelligence community mischaracterized intelligence and relied on dubious substandard sources to create a contrived false narrative that Putin developed a quote-unquote clear preference for Trump.
I think it is very important for us to distinguish between the politics of the election and the need for us as a country, both from a national security perspective, but also in terms of the integrity of our election system and our democracy, to make sure that we don't create a political football here.
But Obama just couldn't accept that. So he and his staff instructed intel agencies to cook up new reports to support Russia collusion.
Brennan and the IC misled lawmakers by referencing the debunked Steele dossier to assess, quote-unquote, Russia's plans and intentions, falsely suggesting that this dossier had intelligence value when he knew that it was discredited.
Quote, after the meetings, Clapper's executive assistant emailed intelligence community leaders, tasking them to create a new intelligence community assessment per the president's request that detailed the tools Moscow used and actions it took to influence the 2016 election.
So what they're saying is Barack Obama, knowing that it wasn't no Russian collusion or no Russian interference with the presidential election, went ahead and say, you know what, go ahead and cock up some motherfucking conspiracy theory.
We're gonna put more, we're gonna put another investigation.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It's like, no. I don't believe the first niggas who told me shit. Hey, where my niggas at? Hey, you go look this shit.
Yeah, we're gonna get the Steele dossier, which we know is fake and paid for by Hillary Clinton and the Russians, you know what I'm saying, to get Donald Trump. So we're not satisfied with the first investigation, right? When y'all said wasn't no interference and it didn't change no votes.
Hey, who hired these niggas? What the fuck? Hey, no. See,
they hire and fire. Oh, so you want to? So niggas say, oh, so that wasn't good enough. Okay, well we got something for you. You know what I'm saying? We be right back.
They hit him with the, you know you done fucked up.
you know you done fucked up.
You lost your job now. Like,
you lost your job. No, wait a minute. I got something for you. I'll be back, right? So after the first investigation didn't go as planned with Barack Obama, they went to the second investigation. Let's roll it.
The intelligence community excluded significant intelligence and ignored or selectively quoted reliable intelligence that contradicted the intelligence community assessment's key findings on Putin's alleged support for Trump. Including this intelligence reporting would have exposed the ICA's claim as implausible, if not ridiculous.
No doubt. The Russians hacked the election.
Yes, Russia hacked the election.
As was reflected in the ODNI documents that we released on Friday, multiple intelligence community assessments released in the months leading up to the November 2016 election concluded that Russia had neither the intent nor capability to impact the outcome of the U.S. election.
Once we had clarity and certainty around what in fact had happened, we publicly announced that, in fact, Russia had hacked into the DNC.
The Presidential Daily Brief, drafted on December 8th of 2016, stated that no Russian or criminal actors impacted vote counts. This document was pulled just hours before it was to be published due to quote-unquote new guidance. If it had been published, it would have been briefed to both President Obama and President-elect Donald Trump.
Tulsi Gabbard described what she found as a conspiracy to subvert the will of the American people.
On December 9th, 2016, a National Security Council meeting was called to gather President Obama's senior national security officials, which included CIA Director Brennan, then Obama DNI James Clapper, Susan Rice, and others. Following that secret meeting, DNI Clapper's assistant sent an email to the intelligence community with the subject line, POTUS tasking on Russia election meddling, tasking ODNI leaders to create a new assessment per the president's request.
And she says the people involved should be prosecuted and has made a criminal referral to the Department of Justice.
The House Intelligence Committee oversight report that we released today reveals that, quote, unlike routine intelligence community analysis, the intelligence community assessment was a high-profile product ordered by the president, President Obama.
Fact, Russia hacked the election.
President-elect Donald Trump still not sounding convinced that Russia hacked the election.
The Intelligence Committee's oversight report reveals that CIA Director Brennan overruled senior CIA officers who challenged the Obama-ordered intelligence assessment, stating, quote, we don't have direct information that Putin wanted to get Trump elected.
We knew Hillary created the dossier, and now we have proof that Barack was calling the shots and the documents to prove it.
Yet, the Obama-directed assessment was published on January 6, 2017, which explicitly stated, quote, we assess Putin and the Russian government aspired to help President-elect Trump's election chances, when possible, by discrediting Secretary Clinton and publicly contrasting her unfavorably to him. End of quote.
Now, Hillary Clinton was supposed to go to jail in 2017.
She was.
But Donald Trump said we're going to leave it alone. We're not going to fuck with it. We don't want to cause division in the country, right? And then right after Donald Trump said that and he wasn't president no more, they convicted his ass, prosecuted his ass, raided his house, they done all kind of shit. They done everything that Donald Trump said he wasn't going to do to them. So you think this go around, Donald Trump ain't going to do the same thing to them as they done to him? They're going to do all kinds of shit. They're going to be they probably raid Barack Obama's house, looking for evidence, right? Looking for evidence, right? They probably call some people in for questioning, right? And especially if Barack say, look, man, I was just doing my presidential duty, right? Well, they're going to say, well, your intelligence agents wasn't, Brennan and Clapper and all them wasn't. They don't have that presidential immunity that you have. So we're going to prosecute them. And if they snitch on you and say, well, I done it, but Barack made me do it, guess what, Barack? You wasn't doing your presidential duties at that time. You was doing some treason shit, right? You knew that the presidential election wasn't stolen. You knew it wasn't no Russian collusion. You know they didn't hack the election. But you went ahead and said anyway that Russia done it.
See, like, this is when you said, like, you know what I mean, you just gonna lie. Like, earlier you were saying, like, you just gonna lie and lie more. But this is when you get always caught up in a lie. When you add somebody else into that shit who shouldn't be there, like, you know what I mean, to back you up. Did you see the nigga in there testifying?
Yeah. He was testifying. It was Russian collusion.
Probably his cousin or some shit. And it's like, nigga, you never involved somebody in that bitch where you like, I knew he was the guilty as soon as I saw that motherfucker in there
testify.
Like, who the fuck is this motherfucker? Like, oh man.
He testifying on that Barack ass getting busted. Tulsi Gabbard got the goods on his ass. Roll it.
As soon as you add somebody else.
As soon as you add somebody else, over with.
And at that time, we did not attribute motives or any interpretations of why they had done so.
The CIA and FBI, then led by John Brennan and James Comey, expressed high confidence in this judgment, while the NSA expressed moderate confidence. Yet, as the report we released today shows, the ICA, the Intelligence Community Assessment, did not cite any report where Putin indicated helping Trump win was an objective.
A Republican-led inquiry found the Russian government did direct extensive activity against US election infrastructure in 2016, though in the end found there was no evidence that any votes were changed. A distraction, if nothing else, from the recent focus on the president's awkward history with sex trafficker Jeffrey Epstein.
The president does not want to come to terms with the fact that the Russians hacked the election.
President Trump says he still wonders if the Russians hacked the election.
Just now, President Putin denied having anything to do with the election interference in 2016. Every U.S. intelligence agency has...
You see how they were saying, we have no evidence that...
No evidence.
No evidence that they overturned not one vote, right? Not one.
Now, they admitted to fucking with America, but it was like the voting shit, like, you know what I'm saying? What, like, we don't give a fuck about y'all voting and shit. Like,
y'all can do what the fuck y'all want to do, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, we fucking with y'all, but like, you know what I'm saying? But like on the voting shit, like, nigga, we don't give a fuck.
Look, and this some cold shit right here, right? The reporters right here trying to ask Donald Trump, hey, Vladimir Putin right there, right? And can you ask him, did he fuck with the election? Donald Trump like, well, he told me he didn't fuck with the election. I believe him. Well, what about your Secret Service? What about... like, fuck them. Vladimir Putin said he didn't do it. Right? So Donald Trump was actually right when they was at a,
you know how people like, they start to throw out the what ifs.
Hey, the nigga right there, what about him, right? Can you talk to him, right? He right.
That nigga right there in the back, they start pointing out niggas like, hey, that nigga right there, he look guilty, bro. Like, I know he a
that nigga right there was cheating in the election. Yeah, he was that nigga right there. He lying. He right there. Tell us he lying. We tell us you believe us and not him. Like, nigga, I believe this nigga. He had no reason to do it, nigga. You niggas was lying.
They just start pointing out niggas. He looked like he a spy, bro. Like, I promise you he a spy. His mustache.
Look at it. That nigga like Hitler. Roll that.
Concluded that Russia did. My first question for you, sir, is who do you believe? My second question is, would you now, with the whole world watching, tell President Putin, would you denounce what happened in 2016, and would you warn him to never do it again?
At a time when anything that was said by me or anybody in the White House would immediately be seen through a partisan lens, I wanted to make sure that everybody understood we were playing this thing straight.
So let me just say that we have two thoughts. You have groups that are wondering why the FBI never took the server. Why haven't they taken the server?
Now, everybody know about Hillary Clinton's server. You know about Hillary Clinton's server?
Oh, yeah, the emails?
The emails.
Hell yeah.
Donald Trump saying, like, look, if y'all want to talk about some election interference, let's talk about the servers. You know what I mean? You want to talk about Russia? You know, let's talk about the hack emails and who got the hack emails and how they disappeared and how many people got immunity and how many people didn't go to jail and shit like that. Let's talk about that. You talking about some Vladimir Putin shit, which the investigation said he didn't overturn not one vote, right? But we don't know what Hillary done, right, to release information to fucking spies and terrorists.
Yeah.
The dossier that she released, the damn fucking server that nobody can find.
Nobody talking about it no more.
Nobody, it's over with.
Everybody hush about that shit now. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Nigga, it's over with. Look, Donald Trump finna bring all that shit back. Watch this, and you get, see Barack Obama ass lying like a motherfucker. Well, we done everything about a book, and we done everything we were supposed to do. We released the information and shit like that, and we lying. This is why nigga go to jail. Lying.
And we made sure it was right. I just want to say that America, we're doing the best that we can.
What we were trying to do is let people know that this had taken place, and so if you started seeing effects on the election, if you were trying to measure why this was happening. And
you see, they be like, well, Barack talking intelligence. No, he don't. He be like, and
Boy, if you think about it.
and the fact is, it take him 15 minutes to say one sentence. And the fact is that we was able to.
He probably would be one of the best promoters though for everything.
Yeah.
Like the nigga can talk shit, like, you know, or he's smooth at what he do though.
He's smooth at what he do.
Like, for some reason that pause, like, niggas just trust that.
That's what the preachers do. Jesus Christ!
They trust his do everything we can. And
this nigga right. Find a server next, nigga.
How you should consume the information that was being leaked. That you might want to take this into account.
Why was the FBI told to leave the office of the Democratic National Committee? I've been wondering that. I've been asking that for months and months, and I've been tweeting it out and calling it out on social media. Where is the server? I want to know, where is the server, and what is the server saying?
John Brennan lied, and he denied using this dossier in this intelligence assessment that President Obama ordered because he knew it was discredited. It was a politically motivated, manufactured document.
Part of the goal here was to make sure that we did not do the work of the leakers for them by raising more and more questions about the integrity of the election right before the election was taking place. At a time, by the way, when the president-elect himself was raising questions about the integrity of the election.
CIA officer told the House Intelligence Committee staff as they investigated this, quote, the director of the CIA, John Brennan, refused to remove it. And when confronted with the dossier's many flaws, responded, quote, yes, but doesn't it ring true?
With that being said, all I can do is ask the question. My people came to me, Dan Coates came to me, and some others. They said they think it's Russia. I have President Putin. He just said it's not Russia.
Even the bipartisan Senate Select Committee on Intelligence report published in 2020 criticized the FBI's handling of the Steele dossier, noting its completely unverified nature and purposeful sidestepping of intelligence community procedures in its use. Now, President Obama, Hillary Clinton, John Brennan, James Clapper, James Comey, and others, including their mouthpieces in the media, knowingly lied as they repeated the contrived narrative that was created in this January 2017 intelligence community assessment with high confidence as though it were fact.
In early September, when I saw President Putin in China, I felt that the most effective way to ensure that that didn't happen was to talk to him directly and tell him to cut it out, and there were going to be some serious consequences if he didn't.
I will say this, I don't see any reason why it would be, but I really do want to see the server. But I have confidence in both parties. I really believe that this will probably go on for a while, but I don't think it can go on without finding out what happened to the server.
And in fact, we did not see further tampering of the election process, but the leaks through WikiLeaks had already occurred.
John Brennan, as CIA director, stated in a memo to his agency staff in December of 2016, saying, quote, there is strong consensus among us on the scope, nature, and intent of Russian interference in our presidential election. This was reported by NBC News, confirming that Brennan, along with James Clapper and James Comey, agreed with the CIA's assessment that Russia intervened to help Trump win the presidency.
What happened to the servers of the Pakistani gentlemen that worked on the DNC? Where are those servers? They're missing. Where are they?
I'm finding it a little curious that everybody's suddenly acting surprised that this looked like it was disadvantaging Hillary Clinton, because you guys wrote about it every day.
What happened to Hillary Clinton's emails? 33,000 emails, gone, just gone. I think in Russia they wouldn't be gone so easily. I think it's a disgrace that we can't get Hillary Clinton's 33,000 emails.
I do think it's worth us reflecting how it is that a presidential election of such importance, of such moment, with so many big issues at stake, and such a contrast between the candidates came to be dominated by a bunch of these leaks.
Man,
that nigga right there.
And I ain't gonna lie, like, watching this video, like, cause like we knew he was smooth and shit like that, but this nigga is one of the smoothest motherfuckers.
After he got the report, he know this shit is a lie.
Oh,
I told him to stop it, and after that,
so yes, I did say, yeah, we're gonna investigate it, of course, yeah. But when I found out, I said, God damn it, this ain't right. This ain't right. We gotta stop it right now. God damn it.
I said, cut it out. And from then on, we didn't see no more.
This nigga's so it's funny how y'all say Hillary Clinton. Y'all been investigating every day. Yeah, y'all had a question and we didn't come over with the results. But y'all was asking about it every day.
Every day. This nigga is good. Hey, this nigga is good, homie.
He is good.
I'm telling you, he is good. It's more to come. This nigga is good.
Yo,
I'm telling you.
I'm like, cause 2008, I did vote for him. I was a little, you know.
We was doing identity politics.
My president is black.
We wanted that. We didn't give a fuck what kind of policies he had.
So yeah, it's like, you know.
Like Cat Williams said, this is the best nigga you ever gonna get.
For a nigga. If you was ever gonna vote for a nigga, this is the nigga to vote for right here. This is the one. Yes. Absolutely. Cause he is nigga light. This nigga been running for 2 years. He ain't had no baby mama come out the woodwork. This nigga don't owe nobody $200 for nothing. He ain't never had a pit bull puppy. Don't have an earring. Never had a tattoo. Where the fuck did you get this nigga from? A cave in Salt Lake City some goddamn where? This nigga's like a black superhero. This nigga's amazing. I believe he can fly. Thank God for Michelle Obama. That's a real nigga. Barack may be a clone, but Michelle Obama is a thoroughbred nigga. You can look right on TV and tell that's a real nigga. You know, if you walk up on her in person, she smell like Motions hair conditioner and cocoa butter. That's a real nigga right there.
We had to vote for him because it wasn't no nigga before him, and I don't think there's gonna be a nigga after him. But we had to vote for him.
But I ain't gonna lie.
Politics.
The way Trump is standing next to Putin and that and shit like that, it feels like they trying to make it like a little boxing. A little boxing.
The weigh-in.
That's what it feel like.
Yeah.
Man, they like.
So what are you saying about him? So we gonna knock him out the third round?
It's like, hey, we heard Putin was lying. How you feel about that, huh?
Well, Putin interfering? Well, Putin, what do you feel about him saying, his intelligence agent saying you was lying?
I heard he said your mama was a bitch. Like, yo, whoa.
Wait a minute. Where this news conference going, motherfucker? What happened to the election? Like, y'all are talking about Putin's mama now. Like, what happened to the election? We heard Putin want to fuck your daughter. Like, wait a minute, nigga. Like, what part of the interview is this? What kind of questions is these? Is it true that Melania Trump got a porno of Vladimir Putin? Like, what the fuck?
Yo, this shit is
fucking a 18-year-old. Like, man, this is out of control. Stick with the politics, man. Next.
I have great confidence in my intelligence people, but I will tell you that President Putin was extremely strong and powerful in his denial today.
That concerns me, and it should concern all of us.
And what he did is an incredible offer. He offered to have the people working on the case come and work with their investigators with respect to the 12 people. I think that's an incredible offer. Okay?
Nigga said, I would send my people to work with your people if you think I'm lying.
You think I'm lying?
Huh? Well, like, it wasn't me. Y'all don't have no evidence. Y'all can't prove shit. And look, on top of that, I would send my people to talk to your people. But that wasn't good enough.
Hell No. We don't do that. We don't trust them niggas. Like, yo.
I'm sending my people over there to work with your people.
Hey, y'all, them spies.
Yeah, we not fucking with them.
Hell no.
We not fucking with y'all.
Look. All right, we gonna handle the investigations. We're going to get back to you in about 2 weeks, all right?
In order for them to keep on pushing this Russian collusion, they can't do no investigation to find the truth out, because they find the truth out, they have to report the truth, right? And the truth would have been no Russian collusion. Like the truth came out, it wasn't no Russian collusion, but they still stuck with it.
I'm going to say earlier, like, it sounded like Russia was like, yeah, we be fucking with y'all, but like the voting shit, nigga, we ain't
fucking with y'all. Y'all do your own shit, man. We ain't fucking with y'all, man.
You know we competition, nigga, like, you know what I'm saying? But like, it's still, I ain't gonna say fair play, but like,
we know the rules. The rules, yeah, we know the rules, man. We gonna say all that shit. Roll that.
Intelligence community found that Russia did attempt to influence votes through things like hacking emails, things like social media campaigns, but it never found that it actually hacked into voting systems and changed votes, even though it attempted to breach some of those systems.
There are a couple issues that this raises. Number one is just the constant challenge that we are going to have with cybersecurity.
But President Trump seems to be using some of this new findings and documents that have been released by his intelligence chief to go very harshly after President Obama.
There's no question in my mind that this intelligence community assessment that President Obama ordered be published was manufactured intelligence that sought to achieve President Obama and his team's objective, which was undermining President Trump's presidency.
And certainly it has always been true that the Russia investigation that really clouded the first 2 years of his first administration has long been in his head as an attempt to undermine his legitimacy. He has repeatedly called it the Russia hoax.
If you can get him to accept that Russia hacked the election, see if you can get him to accept who won the Civil War.
If he admits it, it casts a shadow on his victory over Hillary Clinton.
Russia hacked the election.
Russia hacked the election.
Now the president seems more intent than ever on going after some of the people who he thinks were responsible for it.
Russia hacked the election.
Russia hacked the election.
Let's be clear, Russia hacked the election.
Definitively, Russia hacked the election, and Russia is doing it again now.
And just over the weekend, we saw him post quite a striking AI-generated video of President Obama in the Oval Office being arrested by FBI agents. Later, the video depicted Obama sitting in prison in an orange jumpsuit.
Next week, we will be releasing more detailed information about how exactly this took place and the extent to which this information was sought to be hidden from the American people, hidden from officials who would be in a position to do something about it.
So very striking imagery, very striking words from President Trump as he tries to use some of this information, one, to go after his rivals, but two, seemingly to try and distract from the Jeffrey Epstein matter. But I think bottom line, when he accuses Obama of treason, when he accused Obama of leading a coup and of being seditious, there's really no evidence in what Gabbard released last week that would back up any of those claims.
We have whistleblowers, actually, Maria, coming forward now after we release these documents, because there are people who were around, who were working within the intelligence community at this time, who were so disgusted by what happened.
Ratcliffe found the FBI leadership demanded it be included the infamous Steele dossier, a fraudulent document funded by the DNC and Hillary Clinton's campaign. And Brennan agreed, insisting that the dossier be included in the report, despite multiple senior CIA officials opposing its inclusion and one official warning Brennan that it risked, quote, the credibility of the entire paper. Brennan and Comey are already under criminal investigation, and as Gabbard prepares to release additional information, more officials could join them.
Now, Donald Trump said, look, man, I'm not fit to play Mr. Nice Guy no more. These sons of bitches got to go. These sons of bitches got to get locked up. I'm not fit to play Mr. Nice Guy no more.
Yeah, man. That's just, like, nigga, I can't keep, all right, I'm trying to do some other shit, nigga. I got the terrorists and shit. Like, you know what I'm saying? I done made peace agreements, like, you know what I mean? Other,
doing all kind of
shit. Doing this goofy shit, like, you know what I'm saying? Stop. Right?
Hey, they keep on doing it. They got to go. And they're going to say, look, let's move on. Let's move on. Let's forget about it. Hell no. Donald Trump is not fit to forget about this shit.
That's why I was like, this motherfucker's the 50 Cent. Like in politics,
yeah.
Like, no. You brought this shit.
Yeah.
Oh.
You started it. I'm just gonna finish it. You know what I'm saying?
Hey, no. You thought I didn't have time. Oh, I got time
today.
You know what I'm saying?
Let's roll that.
Who should the DOJ target as part of their investigation? What specific figures in the Obama administration?
Well, based on what I read, and I read pretty much what you read, it would be President Obama. He started it. And Biden was there with him. And Comey was there. And Clapper. The whole group was there. Brennan. They were all there in a room. Right here. This was the room.
There's not a company. There's not a major organization. There's not a financial institution. There's not a branch of our government where somebody's not going to be fishing for something or trying to penetrate or put in a virus or malware. The Chinese have in the past engaged in cyber attacks directed at our companies to steal trade secrets and proprietary technology. And I had to have the same conversation with with President Xi. What we've also tried to do is to start creating some international norms about this to prevent some sort of cyber arms race, because we obviously have offensive capabilities as well as defensive capabilities.
But you know what? If you look at those papers, they have them stone cold, and it was President Obama.
Whatever they do to us, we can potentially do to them. We do have some special challenges because oftentimes our economy is more digitalized and we have a more open society and engage in less control and censorship.
It wasn't lots of people all over the place. It was them too. But the leader of the gang was President Obama.
Continues to be to send a clear message to Russia or others not to do this to us because we can do stuff to you. But it is also important for us to do that in a thoughtful, methodical way. Some of it we do publicly.
Look, you better not cheat on Alexis or we're going to blow your shit up.
Look, and I told Russia, I fucking dare you. Hey, you know how they start whispering that thing?
I told China, you know what I'm saying? Like, and it's like I told Russia, you know what I'm saying? We got capabilities. We will blow this motherfucker up.
And I talked to Russia, you know what I'm saying? They said they was cool about it because I told them, okay.
This nigga's a lying son of a bitch, man.
Hey, after this video, I'm like, this nigga's smooth.
This nigga's smooth. This nigga said, because we told him don't do it because we have capabilities. And we have been able to a little better than yours.
A little more advanced. Like our capabilities do supersede like, you know, what you guys have over.
Blood man fool like, oh, this over election interference, my nigga. Like, come on, nigga, you gonna blow our shit up over influencing the election. We'll blow your shit up.
All over a fucking election, nigga.
You know, Barack dropped more bombs than anybody in the history.
He was the bombingest ass.
He would have blew Russia the fuck up. We have a little bit more capabilities and we don't mind using them.
And you already seen what I did to Gaddafi. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, hey, I will fuck. I'm dead to say some shit. Hey, you know that Dave Chappelle brain weighty episode? Like,
oh, yeah.
that nigga brain weighty in this. Say something, nigga. Say some shit. Smoke this shit, nigga.
Yeah, that was one of the funniest episodes ever, man.
Yeah, man.
Roll that.
Of it, we will do in a way that they know, but not everybody will.
Barack Hussein Obama, have you heard of him?
The relationship between us and Russia has deteriorated, sadly, significantly over the last several years. And so how we approach an appropriate response that increases costs for them for behavior like this in the future but does not create problems for us, is something that's worth.
And except for the fact that he gets shielded by the press for his entire life.
Taking the time to think through and figure out. And I should point out, by the way, part of why the Russians have been effective on this is because they don't go around announcing what they're doing.
That's the one look, he's guilty. It's not a question, I like to say, let's give it time. It's there. He's guilty.
Election-related cyber hacking.
Cyber hacking of U.S. elections. Cyber hacking of the election.
Russia was cyber hacking the election.
Russia was cyber hacking the election.
I'll be honest with you, when you're talking about cybersecurity, a lot of it is classified, and we're not going to provide it because the way we catch folks is by knowing certain things about them that they may not want us to know, and if we're going to monitor this stuff effectively going forward, we don't want them to know that we know.
The CIA, the FBI, NSA.
All of these intelligence organizations, 17 intelligence agencies,
all conclude that Russia hacked the election.
This was treason. This was every word you can think of.
If we find out that Donald Trump just theoretically was colluding with Russia while they were hacking the election, that is completely impeachable.
This dossier alleged a conspiracy between the Trump campaign and the Russian effort to hack the election.
The director of national intelligence, the head of the National Security Agency, the head of the FBI, all of these intelligence experts saying Russia hacked the election.
They tried to steal the election. They tried to obfuscate the election. They did things that nobody's ever even imagined, even in other countries. You've seen some pretty rough countries. This man has seen some pretty rough countries, but you've never seen anything like it.
The FBI, the CIA, the NSA, the former Director of National Intelligence, James Clapper, I mean, they've all said this. So to believe that that's wrong, you have to believe they're all involved in an elaborate conspiracy to get Donald Trump, which seems a little far-fetched to me.
Don't seem a little far-fetched no motherfucking more. Like, that seems like reality, right? All this they hacked the election, they hacked the DNC, they hacked this, they hacked that. All came out of Barack Obama's mouth, right? He the one said Russia this, we're gonna stop Russia, and I had to talk to Russia, and that. He the one said all of this. He the one reclassified the report, and he the one reclassified the investigation. So we're gonna find out a little bit more about this in the upcoming future. What'd you think about this, Frisco, before we get up out of here?
Man, I don't understand how journalists and reporters can say something that's false and still have their jobs like the next day and act like nothing happened. Like, how the fuck are they able to do this? And like,
you know they won an award for this, right? Coverage, right? They won they won the award for this coverage, right? That was false and fake about Russian collusion. I think people won, like 2 different news organizations won the Pulitzer Award or something like that for their coverage of the
supposedly discovering it and shit.
You know what I'm saying? But it was all false. It was no Russian collusion. There was no interfering with the election, none of that. And they still won the awards, never gave them back.
I don't understand how they still are able to operate all these different news platforms who are supposedly for the people, like, you know, giving them the real information.
Russia hacked the election. Russia hacked the election. Russia interfered with this. Cyber hacking.
I don't understand that shit, man.
And this is why motherfucking the news is slowly dying. And we out. See you next time.